Maine relaxes its residency rules for adult use. A legislative setback is delaying hemp products in California. And there's some very positive news for struggling cannabis businesses hoping for financial relief. It's Wednesday, May 13th, and this is your TRICHOMES Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the TRICHOMES.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
Maine has dropped their residency requirements for adult-use cannabis. According to MJ Biz Daily, Maine regulators said they will stop enforcing recreational cannabis residency requirements, a move that came after counsel determined the state is unlikely to win a legal challenge over the matter. The Wellness Connection, the largest medical cannabis company in Maine, has sued the state in March, arguing that the residency requirement violated the U.S. Constitution by favoring residents over non-residents. Maine's Attorney General's office agreed in a court stipulation filed Monday that the regulation would no longer be enforced, according to a news release issued by the Maine Office of Marijuana Policy. The citizens' initiative that legalized adult use in November of 2016 included a licensing preference for existing medical program operators, all of whom were required to be Maine residents. The legislature then replaced that preference with a 4-year residency requirement for adult use license holders. State officials said they will introduce legislation to remove the resident requirement language from the state law and then amend the administrative rule accordingly.
A bill to regulate hemp extracts in food in California has been delayed. According to Hemp Industry Daily, a proposal to legalize hemp-derived extracts in food and beverages in California is on hold as lawmakers focus on coronavirus-related legislation to help the economy, but the bill's sponsor says she's bringing it back in August. Supporters of the legislation plan to argue the forthcoming debate that regulating consumable hemp products is an economic driver and it will protect consumers, said Assemblywoman Cecilia Aguiar-Curry, a Democrat carrying the proposal. It would set testing requirements for safety and to ensure products don't exceed 0.3% THC levels. Aguiar-Curry said companies interested in selling edible CBD are waiting for legislators to act. They have investments that are sitting there waiting to build their labs, but they're waiting to see what we come up with and what qualifications are, she told Hemp Industry Daily. She said it makes sense to delay the legislation, but she emphasized the importance of establishing oversight on unregulated products that Californians are already eating. It's already being produced in many other states, and it's coming through California via Amazon or other vendors, she said. The bill would give the state's health department the authority to license and register food manufacturing facilities for hemp-infused products. The legislation would also require that products have QR codes that link back to a certificate of analysis, similar to what other states have in place now.
The U.S. House includes the Safe Banking Act in a new coronavirus relief bill. Cannabis Business Times reports the U.S. House of Representatives will include legislative language from the Safe Banking Act in the next relief bill aimed at economic relief amid the coronavirus pandemic. Thus far in the current economic crisis, cannabis businesses have been largely excluded from such relief. The ongoing Schedule I status of the plant has barred any federal stimulus aid or small business loans from hitting the industry, even as cannabis businesses around the U.S. have been deemed essential. The Safe Banking Act was passed by the House last fall, but the Senate has not yet taken any action on the measure. In short, the bill, formally known as the Secure and Fair Enforcement of Banking Act, would allow banks to work with cannabis businesses and prevent any federal banking regulator from intervening or punishing those banks. Cannabis businesses are dealing with the same hardships as other small businesses without the same critical financial tools and reliable banking services. Providing access to banking services removes some of the shackles that are holding back the full potential of the fastest growing sector in the U.S. economy, said Safira Galoub, executive director of the National Cannabis Roundtable, in a public statement. Despite the silence from the U.S. Senate as a governing body on this question, the Safe Banking Act has picked up fairly broad support. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin trumpeted the fundamental need for some sort of solution last year. Governors around the country have signaled support for the federal measure as well.
And that was today's Buzz. Have a response to any of the stories on today's show? Share your comments when you join the conversation with the professionals of the cannabis community at TRICHOMES.com. Our beta is now open, so be sure to sign up. It's free.
And be sure to keep up with us on all social media platforms. You can also subscribe to our podcast and the TRICHOMES YouTube channel for daily content. My name is Allison Ben-Yehuda.
And my name is David Fortin. Take care.